All right, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to complete and work through assignment number 2, the graphic organizers assignment in the Empowered Learning at Home for 6th grade. As usual, I'm going to navigate to the Spring ISD website homepage. I'm going to scroll down to Empowered Learning at Home. I'm going to select 6th grade. And I'm going to open up the link that allows me to access the assignment, Communicating for Global Change. Okay, after I do that, I'm going to scroll down to page 3 of this document. Where it lists the assignments, and we're going to focus on assignment number 2, the Passports to the American Dream graphic organizers. In order to access this assignment, I'm going to navigate to the blue link. When I click it, it brings up another link for me to select. I'm going to click that. It's going to prompt me to make a copy of the document so that I can turn it in for grading once I complete it. So I'll make that copy. It's taking a little long. All right, the copy has been made. Now I want to make it my own, so I'm going to erase copy of and put in WMS for Wells Middle School. At the end, as usual, I'm going to put in the underscore and I'm going to type my name. Okay, in the document itself, I'm going to come down here, I'm going to type my name again. And I'm going to type today's date. Okay, so let's take a look at what the assignment asks of us. It says, after reading the article, write your answers to the questions below. You may work with a partner, a classmate, or reach out to your teacher to discuss or ask questions. There are 2 graphic organizers to complete, so it's important to note there are 2. There's one article here, and the graphic organizer for that article. There's a second article here and the questions for this article. So I'm going to change this orientation. I don't want it to be centered like this. So to change it and make it left, I'm going to come up here where it says align, and I'm going to click left align. And then I'm going to just hit enter until it goes down to the next page because I want that to start on its own page. Okay, now up here, I see the title of Article 1, Surge in Family Migration Leaving Void in Rural Guatemalan Schools, Communities. I see this blue link. This tells me that I can click on it and it'll take me directly to the article. And then I see the questions here, 1 through 5. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of these answer numbers for when I get ready to write my answers. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to preview the questions. Question 1 says, what are some of the reasons that students drop out of class in Bule, Guatemala? So I'm looking for why they leave school. Question 2 says, how many refugees arriving at the US-Mexico border are from Guatemala? So I'm looking for how many people who leave are from Guatemala. Question 3 says, at the time the article was written, how many students had left Bule since January 2019? So I might be looking specifically for, January 2019. Question 4 says, why did the Yalambahak Middle School program close? So this is going to be a keyword too in the article that I'm going to look for this answer. And then 5, why did Candelaria Lopez stop going to school? What does she do day to day instead? So here I'm looking specifically for that person's name. So there are some keywords in the questions, like drop out, and I'm just going to underline my keywords so I can keep them in my head as I'm reading. Why do students drop out? We have the people at the border, how many are from Guatemala? This is what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for January 2019. I'm looking for this middle school. And I'm looking for this student's information, right? What's her story? So underlining these keywords in the questions help me when I go back to the article itself to find my textual evidence, to find my answer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here to where this blue link is, and I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to click the link that it pops up. That's going to take me directly to the article online. Okay, so you'll notice here someone can read the article to me. So if I press this, she'll start reading.
A class of third graders.
So she reads the article. If you need support with that, you can listen to her. I recommend listening to her and reading the article for yourself. So let me show you the next step that you're going to do. Once you've navigated to this page where the article is, reading online is very different from reading on paper, but I'm going to show you how to make that process a little bit easier as far as being able to highlight your textual evidence. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the article of text all the way from the top to the bottom. Notice I'm only selecting the article. I'm not selecting anything in the side. So when things get highlighted in the side, I just slow down a little bit. So I've selected the article. I don't want anything down here, so I'm going to make sure to stop right here where the article ends. Once it's highlighted, I'm going to right click and select copy. You can also do Control C. Then I'm going to go back to my assignment. Okay, I'm going to put my cursor, which is this blinking line. Right now it's in the middle of the page. I don't want it to be in the middle of the page, so I'm going to go back up here where I click Align, and I'm going to do left center. So that brings it over there. Okay, I press enter one time, and now I'm going to paste the article text that I just copied. I'm going to paste that into my document. So I right click, paste, or you can select Control V, that's the command. There's my article. I've pasted my article into my assignment. This is where I'm going to show my text evidence when I answer my questions. So here's my article. So you have it all pasted. The next thing that you want to do is, because it's different reading online versus on paper, you want to keep track of what you're reading. To do this, you want to number the paragraphs. So I just put my cursor right in front of the paragraph and I just number it. It's going to automatically format like this, but I don't want that to happen for the rest of them, and I don't want it to happen for this one. So I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to click undo, and then it won't happen again. Go to the next paragraph, number this one. I'm just going to keep doing this until I've numbered them all. There's quite a few, I think about 23 of them. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going. Every time a new paragraph starts, I'm just going to number it. This will help me for when I need to go back into the article and find my text evidence. We're almost finished numbering them. So there are 23 total. All right, I've numbered them all. Now notice there are 5 different questions. So in order to keep track of my textual evidence for each question, I'm going to highlight my textual evidence in different colors. The way I'm going to keep track of the colors is I'm going to highlight the questions in those same colors. So I need 5 different colors. I'm going to show you how to do that and where to access the colors at. So question number 1, I'm going to choose a color from up here. So notice I went to my highlighter where it says highlight color and it brings up a bunch of colors. Stay in this row of colors. This is the row that makes it light enough and doesn't cover up the actual text. So question number 1, I'm going to highlight light red, okay? So I can still see the words and it's highlighted. So that means that the textual evidence in my article for question number 1, I'm also going to highlight this same color. Question number 2, I'm going to highlight light orange, okay? Question number 3, I'm going to highlight light yellow. Question number 4, I'm going to highlight light green. And question number 5, I'm going to highlight light blue. This will help me to keep, actually I'm going to change this color because it looks kind of like the green one. I'm going to highlight this one, this light blue. Okay, so now you can see they're all different colors. So when I go and get my textual evidence in the passage, you'll be able to tell the difference. All right, so I've also still have my underlined clues. So imagine I've listened to the lady read the article to me, I've read the article to myself, so I have a pretty good understanding of what the article is about. Now let's get to answering the questions. So question number 1 says, what are some of the reasons that students drop out of class in Bule, Guatemala? So I'm looking for some, and I'm looking for reasons, right, that they drop out. So let me go back to the article and see what it says. So I notice in paragraph 1, it says, Baldemir Garcia left with his father for the United States. So he left school to go to the US. This is for question 1, so I'm going to highlight it red, okay? Let's see, but I need more than one reason because it says, what are some reasons? So as I keep reading, I also notice that it's common for parents to pull kids out of school to help in the fields. This also supports question number 1, so I'm also going to highlight it light red. Okay, and then I remember the article was talking about a girl who didn't go to school because her family didn't have any money. Let me see where that is. Oh, here. So she stopped going to school after 6th grade because there was no money. So I've got 3 reasons that support question number 1. I've highlighted them all red because question number 1 is highlighted red. So now I need to write a complete sentence to show that I know the answer. I'm not going to just copy and paste the text from the article and put it in my answer because that's plagiarism, that's cheating. I have to put it in my own words to make it my own. Okay, remember I don't like this to format this way, so I just click undo, and now I'm going to type. So in order to type a complete sentence, let's see. Some of the reasons the students drop out of class, so I can just really borrow this straight from the question and type it here. Some of the reasons that students drop out of class in Bule, Guatemala, and I don't want it red. I'm just gonna go make it none, okay, are. So that's how my sentence stem for starting my sentence out. Now I have to rephrase my answers from the text. So some of the reasons that students drop out of class in Bule, Guatemala are they go to the United States with their parents. The second reason, that was from the top. The video is about to cut off, so I'm going to stop here. I'm going to start a part 2 to this video where I finish showing you how to answer question number 1 using text evidence and where I explain what you have to do for the remainder of assignment 2 to submit it in Schoology for grading. So stay tuned for part 2 of this video.